Oh, jeez. Hello, everybody. I just Rigosi here. I just want to talk about some Dragon Ball stuff, Xenoverse 3, and all that. Just kind of curious on what everybody is expecting for it. What are you expecting for Xenoverse 3? What are you not expecting for Xenoverse 3? Or is there something that you are wanting in Xenoverse 3 that you wish was in Xenoverse 2, but unfortunately it will now be in Xenoverse 3? That's the kind of stuff this channel is going to be about. But what I'm wanting to talk about is something a little bit different, though, right now, especially when it comes to the Dragon Ball community. I do think as Dragon Ball fans, we have lost that spark, okay? The necessary childlike spark in the Dragon Ball community. And don't get me wrong, when I say all, I don't mean everybody. I'm sure there are people that still have it that are like, yeah, new Dragon Ball shit, let's go! That haven't really lost that spark, though. But I will say this, a lot of us have. A lot of us have lost that spark, essentially, when it comes to the community. And what do I mean by that? I'm referring to that time when we were kids and we would see Dragon Ball for the first time, okay? Especially when you'd be sitting there, you'd be watching the fights and everything, and sometimes you would get up and just pretend, you'd be like, yeah, 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 Kamehameha! Copying what they do. Okay, copying what they do. And again, we all did it as kids. And don't tell me you did not. You in the Buu saga, Gohan was showing Videl and Goten on how to manipulate ki and energy. You cannot tell me you did not sit down, put your hands by your belly button, following the directions that Gohan told you, and tried to see if you could do it. You cannot tell me you didn't try and do that as a kid. I know you did. We all did it. But the point of it is, what I'm getting at is this. Xenoverse, believe it or not, is actually a bridge for us. Okay? Straight up, it's a bridge. And what I mean by that is that it gives us that kind of that feel or that want that we've wanted as a kid to be able to stand up, blast perfect cell ourselves with the Kamehameha, or teaming up with Goku to take on the next big bad, essentially. And that's what Xenoverse gives us. Xenoverse is actually the bridge for us to actually go out there and live to be, what we always wanted to be. Whether it was to be a Saiyan, a Namekian, a Frieza race, just being a normal human. Maybe in Xenoverse 3, yeah, we'll get more races. But unfortunately, right now, the game's not even out yet. Unfortunately, we only got the trailer. The game's not even out yet. But I will say this. Xenoverse in all its entirety, from 1, 2, and 3, it is a bridge for us to live that childlikeness of when we were kids. Okay? Shooting the ki blasts, going Super Saiyan, shooting out the Kamehamehas, the Gallic guns, the special beam cannon, Gallic gun, and everything else. So, we've all lost that. I do believe a lot of us have lost that. And the interview that I watched with President Rose, and if you want to watch it on my channel, you can, or you can go to his channel and watch it. I don't care which. Because if you watch it on mine, you'll get my view on the guy. And the guy he interviewed, do not like him. He rubs me the wrong way. Like, straight up. He really rubs me the wrong way. But unfortunately, yeah, I do believe because we are now all adults, we all end up now have our own lives, our own bills, our own kids that we want to, kind of like want them to be like, hey, watch Dragon Ball. You want to watch something cool? Watch this for the first time. I think you'll enjoy it. You know, but I think due to the fact that we've become adults now and we all have things that we got to get done first, and we have we have a life. Yeah, we want to spend time with our family. We want to play video games. We want to, hang out with our kids. We got bills to pay, mouths to feed, and nothing in this world's for free. Being an adult sucks, but there is good and there is bad to being an adult, though. So, but what I'm getting at is this: we all need to find that childlike spark in these video games again as a community. Is what I'm saying. As a community, we all need to come together and reforge that flame, that holy spirit of the Dragon Ball community, I guess. If I am to use some Bible terms, I guess, if I'm allowed to use that. Get that spark relit. So that way, yes, we're not all bashing heads when one little trailer drops, and next thing you know, somebody's already dissing on it because they didn't get the Nintendo Direct that they wanted. Which, reality, I think that's what that one guy did. I think that guy just really wanted a Nintendo-style Direct where it was like, all right, we got the announcement trailer, now we're going to get into the gameplay, we're going to get into this, and we're going to get into that, and this is going to be about a 30 to about 45 minute of us explaining Age 1000 being Xenoverse 3. Which, don't get me wrong, I wasn't expecting that. I was just expecting an announcement trailer, which is what normally happens. I don't expect Nintendo Directs. That's Nintendo's thing. I don't expect, PlayStation plays. That is a PlayStation thing. I don't expect Bandai Namco to go out of their way to be like, hey, we're going to take, even though we have a trailer that we're going to show you, but we're also going to take more time out of these other things in order to show you that, hey, this is what Xenoverse 3 is going to be about. This is what Xenoverse 3 is. This is what Xenoverse is going to be in the future. In reality, I like surprises. I like, how Xenoverse 2 has developed. Personally, I think Xenoverse 1 and 2 were both projects. And I think Xenoverse 3 is the actual game. Xenoverse 3, I do think, is the actual game. And what do I mean by that? Well, Xenoverse 1 was like, well, are people going to buy this? Are they going to play it? Hey, it sold great. It sold well. Let's make another one. But but instead of it, taking, a year to make, which is what happened, because Xenoverse 2, let's face it, when it came out, it was kind of, you can tell it was rushed, but they wanted a second one right away, and they wanted to make sure that, hey, this is something people want to play. Let's give them something that they want. Xenoverse 2 comes out, which I call the Xenoverse 2 project, with all the types of DLCs and the fact that, okay, let's do this. Let's take Xenoverse 2, okay, we'll do this, okay, and then we'll put a whole bunch of 10 years worth of DLC in it, which is what we got, which I'm impressed with how long the game lasted. It lasted 10 years. Xenoverse 2 lasted 10 years. Oh, jeez, it lasted 10 years. Oh, jeez. But anyways, with that and the fact that Xenoverse 2 lasted this long tells you that Xenoverse 3, they are, yes, preparing for this game to last another 10 years. So yes, I expect a lot of DLC. I expect a lot of content in this game. But what I don't expect for the release is this. The only thing I expect in a release is just the game. Maybe some extra stuff that could come with it when they are like $80 game, $70 game, $90 if you want this version, and $120 or $110 if you want this version. And if you want the statue, and if you want the Shinron or the Jane and the John and Brett 1000 statues, that's going to cost, statue one with the Capsule Corp tower, in the background. Oh God, I would love that. But anyways, that one will probably end up costing you like 500 to 600 bucks, which people would get. Collectors, they get that. So yeah, that's my thing. I do believe that the point of this is saying that, hey, we all need to get back to the point, to that childlikeness of playing video games again. When it comes to Dragon Ball, when it comes to our favorite fandoms, whatever. Personally, me, I've noticed that, yes, even in the Dragon Ball community, even in the Xenoverse community, we have all lost that feel of I want to be able to shoot energy beams out of my hands. I want the power of the sun in the palm of my hands. So, yes, if you did listen to this, thank you. Please leave a share, like, and subscribe. Let's get back to that childlikeness of video games where we can all enjoy, have fun, And remember, Xenoverse is nothing more but a bridge to the Dragon Ball world for us. Okay? It allows us to play. It allows us to express. It allows us to share things, as Dragon Ball fans would do and like. So, yeah. Remember that. Remember, in here, you may be a child in here, but that flame has still got to be going strong. Because remember, if you don't get that tingly sensation in your back, you can't go Super Saiyan. Ha ha! Love you all. Bye.